They used to make us cross over peacock feathers in my grandparents' house at Christmas time and do the Highland fling round them.
Yeah, my grandma, before anybody would go anywhere in the car, she always used to say, drive carefully. And so it's now passed on, even though she's not around anymore. We all say every time someone gets in the car, drive carefully.
The one that I can remember that comes to mind is my dad always telling me that it's not really a story, it's just he told me he must have been really naughty at school because he said if he hadn't done anything wrong by 2 o'clock, he'd make sure he did something.
So there's lots of stories about my grandfather and him getting a note in primary school to be able to drink wine with his lunch. This is like way back in early 1900s, and other sort of crazy things that happen around the wine shop.
I suppose for me, family stories always revolve around stuff like Christmas time, Christmas time's usually a time of high stress, high expectation, and so the best and worst of everybody comes out. So there's stories about failed cooking.
But a really good story I often tell is about my great-grandparent, my great-grandmother came here as a 8-year-old girl with her 10-year-old brother, sent out on the boat by themselves with no family to work in a pub in Benalla where they had found that there was a job for them. So it was survive or die, and they had no family, they had no supports, and they had no money. As tiny children, imagine us sending our children out in that way.
We were always told about the fights that the Aboriginal people were up against during their life as children, as they were not citizens until 1967. I was 10 years old when I became a citizen. Bill Ferguson, Charlie Perkins, Mum Shirl, Pearl Gibbs were among the many stories we heard about and the struggles and fights they fought for.
Family tales, especially of our Nan having her tonsils taken out, strapped to a chair on the veranda.